Hey guys, Tatiana Ward here. So in this tutorial, I used a bunch of products that I have never used before. The biggest takeaway from this is there's one particular brand that I almost did the eye completely with, and I freaking love this eye. And the brand is a Black-owned brand, which makes me super happy. I am into it. I am giving it. Never mind the fact that my sweater looks like it's a Christmas sweater. Just focus on my face. You can already go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't hit it, hit that subscribe button, because I don't care what nobody say, this look is so pretty. And if you love it as much as I do, then I hope you'll stay tuned to see how I did it. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Do you ever have allergies so bad that it makes you feel like you're sick? That's where I'm at right now. My nose won't stop running, and I'm not sick. It's just friggin' allergies. Have you guys heard of this colored Raine? I think they're probably most known for this, their book of shades. And first, let me just say, I love this visual. This graphic is so cool. And if you can see there, it's got 3 different panels when you open the book up. So the company sent me a bunch of individual eyeshadows that I could fill this booklet with. I swatched a few of them, and they're all super pigmented, beautiful colors. I put kind of like nudes in this page. It's not double-sided, but it has little cool sayings over here. So this one says, mirror, mirror in this book, about to slay and create a look. Blend and blend, no time to waste. Oh, I got this. About to perfect my face. Super cute, right? So I put colorful ones over here. And they sent me, all of these were packaged individually. And then this last one, that's what it looks like when you first open it. It's just blank. You can fill it with whatever you want to fill it with. The book is magnetic. Therefore, what I really like about it is that it has some weight to it, this book. But this brand also makes a ton of colorful palettes. Here's another called the Queen of Hearts. That is what we're going to be working out of. They have a little line that's dedicated to Power. I have never seen like a single episode of Power. Don't judge me. Those colors are gorgeous. This one I can't wait to use at some point. Beauty Rust. I can already tell that these colors are going to be great for darker skin tones. Okay, and another brand that is new to me that I've never used is Real Techniques. I know that I'm like so late, like it's embarrassing because everybody and their mother has these brushes. I just never got around to it. So I'm super happy and excited that Real Techniques sent me these brushes. I have gotten a chance in my one-on-one classes to use them, and also in my hands-on classes, a lot of my students would come in using them. So I already know that the quality of them is really, really good. It'll be nice to actually own them though, and like, you know, really work with them on a regular basis. And I'm going to be using Kleenex for my friggin' nose. But I'm going to start out with this brush. Again, there's a million things off the top of my head that I could think of to use this for, but I'm going to put my primer on with it. It's the Real Techniques 300. And I'm priming my eye with Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer, blending it and buffing it out really nice. If you're wondering about the color that I'm using, it is Fair Warm. Okay, so I'm going to work out of the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette. I want to go into Princess. It's this color right here, and I would call it kind of a mauve-y color, I guess. I'm using an E40 from Sigma. Although those Real Technique brushes seem to be super multi-purposeful, I don't really see too many options for eyeshadow brushes. I don't know if that's because there are none, or if that's because they just didn't send them to me. But out of what was sent to me, I don't really see a whole lot of options for eyeshadow. They're more so face brushes. But like I said, the ones that they did send are very multi-purposeful. Now I'm going to tell you right now, hey Colored Raine, I'm going to need for you to send me this Princess color by itself, because this is the kind of transitional color that I feel like I have a hard time finding. It is beautiful. It is nice and subtle. A great way to start my look. I'm not saying that I wouldn't carry around this palette. I haven't used it enough to know if I would or wouldn't, but if this is the way we're gonna go, Colored Raine, you got a fan right here. This color right here, Royal Prerogative, and I switched my brush from an E40 Sigma brush to a 221 MAC. Absolutely love that. I'm gonna pick up my E40 again, and I'm going to make sure that my Princess color that I'm increasingly becoming obsessed with is Pronounced, and then going back, picking up the MAC 221 and going into Royal Prerogative, just making sure that the two colors are blended the way I need them to be blended together. Okay, happy with that. Going into Duchess, this color right here that is like the darkest matte color in the palette, and I'm sticking that right into the crease. Yes. I'm judging this company off of their transitional colors alone. Transitional colors for women of color are so hard to find. This palette just gave me a beautiful, beautiful blend that I'm so happy with. That said, mid skin tones, brown skin, can still do the combination that I just did with a beautiful result. And I'm going to assume that this Beauty Rust palette is going to be amazing for dark skinned women. If the quality and texture is the same as the colors that I just used, I'm 1000% sold. So often I don't buy these palettes from some of these brands because I just don't see how I can make use of it for every skin complexion that I have to service. Now let's look at the price point. The Book of Shades empty is $42. I think that that's fair. It is a little bit pricey, but if you were to feel the weight of it, you would understand. And remember, you could put whatever you have to carry in here. It's not just, as long as it's got a magnetic back on it, it'll fit in there. It's the same size pan that every other brand offers. Okay, Beauty Rust, the palette that I was just telling you guys about with the colors for darker skinned women. That is $18. I think that that's more than fair. So the palette that I'm working out of is $28. Okay, so I'm going to say, just from what I've seen on the website, this brand is not a cheap brand. It also doesn't feel cheap though. And from the color payoff that I'm getting, it doesn't perform cheap. So $28 is reasonable to me. Okay, so anyway, back to the look. I am spreading that Duchess, making sure it's as deep as I want it to be. I'm taking this rounded brush. I'm beginning to cut a crease for myself. I'm making sure that I go above the natural crease of my lid. Kind of fanning that out. I'm going to use my finger. That's a great shape. I like it. To do the same on the other side. Starting out well above the crease. Okay, so working out of my Book of Shades, I am going to use Birthday Suit. And I picked this color because it's not exact shimmery, but it's not exactly matte. Okay, that looks... With each eyeshadow that I use from these people, I'm more and more impressed. Going back into the Queen of Hearts palette, I'm going to take Duchess, and I'm going to start blending that inward. And I'm going to go into that darker brown that I mentioned from the Beauty Rust palette. The darkest shade that they offer, called Nighty Night. Putting that right on the end. Gives it a nice depth. Now I've worked out of 3 palettes, and I can say that the consistency is the same. The color payoff is amazing. I would say that I'm pleasantly surprised, but the girl that developed this is a West Indian girl from Brooklyn, and one thing I'll never do is underestimate a West Indian girl from Brooklyn. So I expected it to be amazing. A product that I've used a million times through the years, and it's really my go-to. It's my favorite glitter. I'm using Lit Cosmetics, their waterproof adhesive, as well as their Absolutely Fabulous glitter. That's the name of the glitter color, is Absolutely Fabulous. I don't know if you can see it, but Absolutely Fabulous is definitely fitting. This is about to be beautiful. Okay, so what I've learned to do is pour out the adhesive onto like a tissue. That way you get to blot the adhesive. Just a little smidge of it goes a very, very long way. That way you're not getting too much onto the bristles of the brush that you're using. And I'm just going to flip the brush to the other side Yo, prom season is upon us. You could go right on ahead and just put that right on into your cart at Lit Cosmetics, because I'm gonna see if I can get you guys a discount code. If there is a discount code, it will be in the description below, or I'm just gonna include it in this video because this is legit. Okay. Okay, I want to go into an even darker brown that they have here. That's in the Smoke Show palette. Very deep brown. That is bleeding into our glitter. Really making sure that those colors are merged. Gonna go back into Princess. My first color that I put down, and just bring it out. I want to make sure that it's blended into those dark colors. I can see the stars all the way from here. Can't you see them now on my eyelids? And I'm going to take this wet wipe. I love my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And this Real Technique sponge, I found it interesting that they make different sponges for different products, which is super, like, you would think that was what everybody would do. I haven't opened this up to feel like the one for foundation, or what the one for powder feels like, but this one for foundation feels really good. Okay, so I use Light Neutral All-Nighter Concealer from Urban Decay. That is the exact same product that I use to prime my lid and cut my crease. Blending that out, and also just taking the leftover of the foundation mixture that I have on the back of my sponge. Balance it out, make it less bright. This Real Technique sponge has a flat side and a pointy side. I like that it's got that pointy side and that flat side, both come in handy. I originally did not like this concealer. When Urban Decay sent this to me, I was like, this stuff dries too quickly and it dries hard. Not literally hard, but like once it's on, it can't be moved. But that is the beauty of it. Also, now I realize this. That's why it can be used as a primer, unlike a lot of concealers. That's why it's called All-Nighter. Definitely was eyeballing this and could not wait to use the 402 Real Techniques. I just know that this is a good buffer. And for my contour, I'm using Kevin Aquan Sensual Skin Enhancer. This is a nice little buffer. I knew it would be. This comes in handy for exactly this. I saw it and I was like, I cannot wait to contour with that. Okay, and for highlighting, look at the angle of this brush. This is the 421 Real Technique. That angle right there. Perfect for a highlight right under the contour. Boom. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Same on the other side. I don't think we need to mention how the redness of my nose has gone away. Thank God. Okay, and now I'm going to take the 200. I'm going to put my Laura Mercier powder on with that. Spreading that under the eye. I didn't use the sponge because I don't want it to be like a collected condensed deposit of this powder. Okay, now I could take my 400 and spread that translucent powder everywhere. I want to take some of that Royal Prerogative and use that as my contour color because I can, okay? Okay, so new product that I've never used before. Urban Decay sent me this in the mail. Boasts a mighty claim here. This is the Inked Brow. Now the claim is inked for up to 60 hours. What can you do in 60 hours? That is the query. It says whether you're on a bender in Vegas, been there, done that, or on the couch binge watching your favorite show again, currently doing that. Inked Brow will keep your brows locked in and snatched for up to 60 hours. a semi-permanent brow gel that lasts up to 60 hours for waterproof arches that are smudge-proof and sweat-resistant. 60 hours. They sent me 2 different colors, which are Dark Drapes and Neutral Nana. I'll never tell. Making downward strokes in the areas of my brow where it's down. The hair grows down. So far, so good. I like the color of this. I don't know about the shape. That is definitely gonna take some getting used to on how to best use it. If it really works, I will give a dedicated video to it, figure it out better, and get back to you. And for the time being, I don't know what to say about this product, really. I'm just gonna have to like play with it. I don't know how to use it yet, and I feel like people oftentimes will shut something down that they're using for the first time without considering that they might not be using it right. So later this evening, even, I'll know better about what it claims to be able to do. However, it's going to take me a few tries to see if I can put it on right. But whatevs, they're fine. I'm going to move on to back to the Queen of Hearts from color Raine. I want to smudge out my lash line a little on that outer eye. So I want to go back into Nighty Night from colored Raine. This is the Beauty Rust palette. Brush from Real Techniques. This is the 425. It's sort of like a pencil brush. It's a real humdinger of a beauty, if I do say so myself. This liner is everything, as y'all saw me use it for the very first time. These Lily lashes, chow. 3D Mink multi-dimensional lash. I think that the pronunciation is Mykonos. I'm probably saying that totally wrong, sound like a total a-hole. It's M-Y-K-O-N-O-S. Mykonos. Using her lash applicator and her lash adhesive. I dig this lash adhesive because you could stick it right on. I just took my 402 Real Technique and went into neutral in the Beauty Rust palette. I'm sort of using that as a secondary contour slash blush. Yes, that is an eyeshadow, but I said what I said. I feel like that was enough color for me. I would legit buy that as a blush if they put that out. Now I'm having a difficult time trying to figure out what I want to do under the eye. I just don't know. I love my princess color so much. That's the very first color that we put down from Queen of Hearts palette. I think I'm gonna go into that using my Real Techniques 425. And I think I want to go into this color here called Dethrone. I sort of wish that that color was matte. I'm gonna put that right on the outside. And Inglot will forever have a place in my heart, even though NYX has come along and just totally taken all of my affections. I am absolutely gonna smudge that out. Am I doing too much? Like, am I doing too much? If I just put a teeny tiny splash, just a teeny tiny splash of our glitter on that lower lash line. Just a little boom bip. I'm gonna put on some mascara. I'm going to go into a blush set from their Power collab. On the playback, I feel like I'm not really getting enough color, so I am going to use a smidge, and when I say a smidge, I mean a smidge of this color. This is the Damage Control. That's it. It is very pigmented, so I'm glad that I approached that the way that I did. I'll assume the same for the other side, which is the highlight. Oh, that is so pretty. That is beautiful. Okay, I have to redo my hair to complete this look, and I will be right back. Yay! You got your lip. That's my baby. Hi, sweetie. Did you have the sweet potatoes? This hair, I like my baby hair with baby hairs, and you know the rest. Say I got hot sauce in my bag, swag. Okay, hair is done, and I kind of want to just try this combo. Night Moth from MAC. And I love these vinyl lip creams from Kat Von D. This is the second one that I'm using. And I'm just going to fan that out using a random lip brush that I have laying around. That color is called Carnation. So I'm going to take Huda Crush. So there you have it. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to follow me on especially Instagram, because that's where I am if I'm anywhere else. I hope you love the look. I love doing it for you. And I'll see you guys right back here real soon. Bye.